Hi everyone, my name is Rubina A Khan and welcome to the 19th edition of Rubina's Radar. Today I'm in conversation with a man who taught himself how to cook by working in various kitchens in America since he was a 15-year-old boy, without ever going to culinary school, Chef Ricardo Cardona. He's created his own kind of Latin American cuisine that is beloved by everyone from Marc Anthony to the Yankees. An El Salvadorian by birth and a New Yorker by destiny, Ricardo is a celebrated chef in America and one with a very big philanthropic heart. He's been making 2,500 meals a day, supporting local restaurants and creating jobs for those that need them during the pandemic. Please welcome Chef Ricardo Cardona from New York, everyone. Good morning, Chef. How are you?
Good morning.
How was Cancun?
It was great. I needed a break.
You went on holiday as usual.
hmm
Sometimes
Yes,
you holiday a lot.
yes. You need to, or you go crazy in the kitchen.
Right. So let's talk about your career to everyone watching. You started working as a busboy, which is basically washing dishes in a restaurant when you were 15 years old. And then
yeah.
you trained yourself how to become the chef you are today without ever going to school. And from El Salvador to the US, I mean, come on, everyone in New York knows you. How did that happen?
Well, I was running out of the world. 1982. I was 15. There was a war going on in El Salvador, and I managed to lead, and lucky enough to end up in the good hands of New York City. Back in 1982, there weren't that many immigrants, so I was able to still find my way to cook my way up,
Yes,
washing
you did.
dishes and learning, and start working in good American restaurants.
Right. So you're famous for fusion cuisine, which is Latin American, with all the influences that inspire you from the world. So how did you decide to create your own kind of Cardona style Latin cuisine?
That happened in the 90s, the whole crossover of the Latin to American, or American to Latin. You know, Marc Anthony started singing in English. Jennifer Lopez came out, and Enrique Iglesias came out. So I decided from doing French American, I decided to do my roots, which is Latin food. So I started working in a restaurant called Jimmy's Bronx Cafe in the Bronx. And that's where all the celebrities used to come. Puff Daddy, Jennifer Lopez. That's where I met J-Lo. And I met most of the celebrities I know now. And also the owner of the restaurant used to be one of the baseball players, which was Ruben Sierra for the Yankees. And that's how since 1999, I've been cooking for the Yankees.
Like 20 years, approximately 20 years.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. So what were your favorite foods growing up when you were a little boy?
Whatever I had left, when I was able to eat rice, beans, and tortillas. Then you educate your palate, but you always have those roots of your palate in the back. So, it's kind of, I really developed my own senses because I left when I was young, but your childhood stays in the back. That's like,
So like in my intro, I said you're an El Salvadorian by birth, but you're a New Yorker by destiny.
exactly. Well, music, salsa, salsa, what Marc Anthony sings, he was born in New York with a combination of different cultures. So I can say I made myself here in New York City.
Right. It's the city of your chef's career. And your friendship with my favorite, Marc Anthony.
It's been many years.
Yes. You always say cooking is 30% technique and 70% ingredients.
Yeah.
Explain that, please.
Well, if you have a really good piece of fish, let's say in Europe they don't put much. Just put salt and pepper in the bacon or they grill it because the quality is what makes the dish. How the animals grow up, what you feed to the animals. If you don't want to have a fish they come from polluted food, water, or animal that is being mistreated or fitted the wrong thing. So remember the saying, you are what you eat. So whatever the animal eats, that's what they are. So, for example, they have a goat in Spain, they feed them, rosemary and thyme. When you eat it, you can taste the rosemary and thyme.
Right.
So I think
Wonderful to know.
that's why quality of the ingredient is more important than the technique.
Right. And who should know that better than you? So is your how spicy is your Latin American food? The food that you cook?
It's Latin America, but the restaurant just opened in Hoboken is a fusion. So it's
yes, I know it's Spanish Mediterranean. So
Mediterranean.
Chef has opened a new restaurant called Olivia's in Hoboken, New Jersey. And are you there right now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is fantastic.
Yeah. So as you can see,
yes.
I don't know if you knew, but 6 blocks away, that's where Frank Sinatra was born.
Oh,
this is the city of Frank Sinatra. Actually, 2 blocks from here is called Frank Sinatra Drive. So Hoboken has history, and it's called brownstone, and they have this, the people around here, it's very, I would say, hipsters, and, because of Frank Sinatra, we get a lot of attention, and we have the best view of the city, because we're on the other side of the river. We're on the other side of the Hudson River. So if you come to the restaurant and you walk over, you see the city. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm sure. So, how did you manage to open a new restaurant in this time? It must be a logistical nightmare, and also very brave of you financially.
Well, the owner signed me in before the pandemic, so we waited a year and a half because the rules were changing every time. 50%, 20%.
Yeah.
You can't survive at a 20% ability, not even takeout. If you never did takeout, you're never going to be able to suddenly start doing food. So we wait a year and a half. I think we opened it right in the right time, in the summertime. So we have tables outside. And, thank God the owner had the funding to keep the restaurant paying rent until we open. I mean, now it's crazy. Now it's opening left and right. There's not even equipment. Not even equipment left. It's 6 months waiting for equipment. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is. Very. So, you when you started out, you were making a lot of sauces. You were a saucier. So, do you still like making sauces? And if you do, which one is your favorite to make?
Sure, that's my strength, sauces. But I guess so depends. I don't have one favorite. One time they asked Marc Anthony, what is your favorite song? He goes, I sing them all. So they're all my favorite songs.
So your sauces are your favorite, just like your friend.
Some sauces that just came out of the moment I create, putting ingredients together. So sometimes I travel a lot, so I put together Thai food, French. I know the techniques. I know the basics of the French cuisine. Right. So more or less, which is the mother of sauces, that you just infuse. Good example. You know how to make hollandaise? If I'm here and I want to create a dish, let's say I do Venezuelan eggs Benedict, I would put, Latin ingredients, I would put chipotle, I would put, cilantro. So I make it into the Latino flavor. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what is important, that you know the techniques, and then you just fuse your own flavor.
You should have a line of bottled sauces.
I should.
You really should.
This one cuisine is not because you're Indian. I always wanted to learn the basics of the Indian cuisine, because I think right now, as I see as a food trend, vegan, vegetarian has more open than
Yeah.
any time I ever seen.
Plant
I put
cuisine,
a,
yeah.
I put a vegan pasta. Everybody's come for the vegan and gluten free. And I know you guys are the best when it comes to vegetarian dishes.
Yes.
You're mostly vegetarian, and your cuisine is very complex. I don't know much about the Indian cuisine, but I would love to one day exchange recipes with
Yes.
somebody
In fact, that's
in
my
India.
next question. You know, pupusa is El Salvador's national food. And because India is such a large country with such a big, diverse population, we don't have a national food. So, what is the dish that you think comes closest to the pupusa in Indian cuisine? We
That's
have
a good
something called
question.
the samosa.
Because you know what? I know a little bit of Indian food.
Tell me
Again,
how much is little bit? How much is little bit?
I know prata, banana fritters, chicken masala,
Mhm.
and
Biryani?
I love curry.
Biryani?
I don't remember having
It's with
it.
rice and mutton in a pot.
I'm sorry.
It's rice and mutton with lots of masalas in one dish. It's a dish.
You know what? I'm gonna have to make a trip over and learn about your cuisine.
Yes, yes, you must come to India. You've gone up to Dubai last year, but you should have come to India. But I guess it's very difficult. Someday.
One
I
day I
think your
will.
son is saying biryani. He's typing it out.
Huh?
Your son.
Yes, my son is in. It's on online. He's my he's my boss. You know,
Right. Yes. So,
he's a new generation.
right. So, you left very young. You left your country very young. What is it that you miss about El Salvador today? Have you gone back since?
Yeah, I was there 3 months ago. I
Oh,
mean,
so you
I love,
traveled.
of course, I love the food, but the most thing I miss is the beach. I love the beach, and I love, I feel go back to my childhood.
But you have the
So
Hampton Beach.
it's a beautiful beach. It's a black sand. I love it. I grew up, and go with friends and eat the food that when you were little. It's like the movie Ratatouille brings you back
Yes.
to, to your childhood.
Yeah.
So
So everybody already knows you in America, but most people across the world perhaps don't know that you have great fans. You have from a wedding planner like Preston Bailey. I mean, he's a wedding and event planner to Supreme Court Justice like Sonia
Sotomayor.
Sotomayor. Yes, and of course Marc Anthony, Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin, Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera. I there's just like no one in America, I mean, at least New York, everybody's aware of your food and everybody loves your food, including Pitbull. So, and they're all your friends now. So, who is your favorite celebrity client? Because they're all your clients and your friends.
No, it's difficult to be friends and clients because even though that I have a long time relationship with Mark, I always respect that he's a celebrity and that he's the client. So it's always you have to adapt where he is or what kind of event I'm doing for him. He's my favorite,
Who
because
is?
Mark Anthony is my favorite.
Yeah.
He has shown me love. Um, I have a good story. One time he called me to do his Christmas Eve party at his
Mhm.
home. So when he saw me, he gave me a hug. He goes, Papito, you don't understand how much this means to me. He goes, and you made me proud. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was in Argentina after the concert, changing channels, and there you are in the TV show on TLC. And I'm
Yes,
like,
mission
that's my
menus. Yeah.
chef. That's my chef. So people look at me like I have three heads. He goes, I'm so proud that you had a TV show, international, and it did very well, international, and TLC called Mission Menu.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I remember that telling me like, you make me proud. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
You're a legend.
you inspire everybody because that show is about helping struggling restaurants get back into the game. That is what Mission
Yeah.
Menu is about. Yeah,
Well,
and you.
and also, even the pandemic, there's always, look, there's always people going to eat. There's always, so even the pandemic, it was cooking for people in need.
Yes.
So if you're passionate about cooking, if you love cooking, doesn't matter whether it's for free, whether it's for money, whether it's for charity. To me, cooking is not just for money. Yes, I like to make money, but it's my passion. Keeps me alive. One time my son asked me, it's like, Dad, when are you gonna retire? I'm like, never. I want to die cooking. That's all I know how to do since I'm 15. So it's part of life.
So now let's gossip a little bit. What does Marc Anthony like to eat?
He likes, you know what? He loves his childhood food. He loves pork. He loves octopus. Mostly when I cook for him, it's arroz con gandules and roast pork, potato salad, and pigeon pea rice. That's his favorite. Like, no matter what, it has to be in his own.
But he's so thin. He doesn't look like he eats. He only like drinks, I think. I think
He
it will be tequila.
He eats. He loves wine. He loves good wine.
Right. Obviously, he's Marc Anthony. How can he write cheap wine?
He likes very good wine.
Okay, good to know.
His favorite is Opus One.
Which wine?
Opus One.
So you obviously are the chef to the Yankees and the visiting teams. Are you ever able to watch a game peacefully courtside, or are you too busy with the food?
No, when you cook for the team, you cook it during the game. So you have to watch the game on TV. So that's how fast you cook. If the game goes fast, you have to cook fast. But by the 8th inning, the food have to be ready. But the 9th inning, food have to be, because usually the first pitcher comes up at the 7th inning. By the 8th, we have to have the food 95% ready.
Wow, that must be pressure to perform.
It's hard.
It's easy for you, but imagine looking at you doing that. It must be very tough.
You can't show emotions. Like if I'm cooking for the opposite team, you can't show emotions.
Right. But you always smile, so that's an emotion.
I know. You gotta smile. Even when you're upset.
What do the Yankees like to eat during the season? Or during the game? What is the main food like?
They have rules. Like the last year that we cooked, no gluten, no saturated fat. They have to have a grain, a vegetable, 4 proteins, lean protein, and extra virgin olive oil, no white rice, only basmati or jasmine rice.
Oh yeah, India. Basmati is from India. The Yankees eat basmati rice from India. Yeah, yes. So you've obviously hung out with, I think, every player that you love, right? Every baseball player.
My favorite, how few they know me believe.
But I want to know, the best closer in MLB history is Mariano Rivera. You are obviously quite close to him. Tell me, what is he like? Like, a person who's created such records and is like, a giant in the game. How is he as a person?
He's one of the most humble guys I ever met. He's humble, it's nice, he's a family guy. That's what they call him, the Saint. He's a really good.
Again, I have to ask you, what does he like to eat from your menus?
He always used to have something special request. He used to drink juice before a game. Was watercress, orange juice, lemon juice, and honey.
Wow.
Derek Jeter, that flushes you out, and he always drink it. Derek Jeter used to always get peanut butter and jelly before a baseball practice.
I love this. I'm enjoying this more than interviewing you. Do you have a favorite Yankee?
Yes, I have few. Jorge Posada is one of my favorite. I love his wife too. Very good people. Mariano. Um, Robinson Cano became a very good friend of mine. Um, those are my favorite, like of all time. Very nice people. So
Yeah.
definitely, I would say those are my favorite.
Have you ever had a catering nightmare, like where everything has gone completely weird and you've had to manage it? Or a
Yeah, when
client that is losing it? Or a
my
client that's
kitchen got my
crazy?
kitchen got on fire 2 weeks ago.
Say that again, please.
My kitchen got on fire a few weeks ago, so we had to manage.
That I hope it's all sorted. I'm assuming it is. But it's a new restaurant.
Yeah, it's common, you know. The
Yeah.
thing is, it's like when you do catering, nothing is never the same. It's
Yeah.
always, you know, something comes up. So
Changing. Yeah. Yeah.
you always just had to manage. I've been doing this over 35 years.
Obviously. So what is your favorite food word? What is the one food word you like to use a lot?
Favorite food or favorite ingredient? I have ingredients that I love. For example, I put ginger on everything. I love ginger. I love coconut. So sometimes I have to stop myself because I love ginger. It's a good spice. But food, it all depends on the mood. You know, depends what I'm cooking. You know, I like textures. I like sweet, spicy. I like soft and crunchy. So I like the opposite textures.
You know, it was the first time I ever ate flowers when you did the Dominican menu once. I've never eaten flowers on food. Yours was the first time I ate flowers.
What was that again?
You had cooked for a Dominican party, and then the food was Dominican, and you had cooked with flowers. And you know, the cocktails had flowers, the food had flowers, and they were edible flowers. And I've never eaten flowers in my life. That was the first time. That was the first time. And I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, I have to eat it. So I ate it. I still have pictures. It was a wonderful night.
My,
So, what's your favorite kitchen appliance?
knife.
None? You mean all? You
My
like
knife.
all?
I love butcher knife.
Oh, knife. You like a knife. Okay. And are you a cool chef or are you a hot-tempered chef in the kitchen?
I'm very intense. So people confuse it from being tense, being passionate, to being angry. And, you know, but it's because when you put passion and love, you expect perfection and you respect the food. When you expect people to respect it, when we don't get that, I get I get upset, but I'm very tense and I'm very I like to be in the kitchen. Yes, you can have fun, but you have to have discipline. You can
Yeah,
kill somebody with the food. If you cross contaminate, you can kill somebody.
right.
You know, so you can't have too much fun. You have to
Yes,
always remember the principles. Putting food in somebody's body is more intimate than sex because if you don't do the right thing, you can kill somebody easy
yeah,
or make it ill. So to
yeah.
me, I'm very strict. Some people think I'm angry, but I'm not. I'm very intense and very passionate about what I do.
But you're very smiley tense.
Ah, somebody compared me to a bear. He goes, "Don't poke the bear." You know, the bear is cute from the outside, but
No,
don't poke it.
no, no. So you're a celebrity chef. You know all the most important celebrities in America, but you have a very big philanthropic heart, which is what I really like. You know, you've been helping struggling restaurants through your mission menu program on TLC. You've been creating meals for churches, shelters during the pandemic, which is 2,500 meals a day, which is not easy. And of course, you work with the World Central Kitchen, which is trying to find solutions to global hunger and poverty across the world.
Yeah.
So I want to know where do you get all this energy? Because you have your own catering business, which is Cardona Catering. Then you're doing these high profile clients, which are the stadiums and the Yankees and the this and the that. So how do you manage to keep it real without losing the focus of the food or giving back? Because you do that both of them beautifully.
You know, this is what I tell people, especially my employees. This is my life, my lifestyle. I go to sleep thinking about food. I wake up thinking about food. When I go away, I go eat the best restaurants. So in reality, it becomes part of your life. It's for me. It's not for some people. It's stress. For me, I'm used to multitask. Especially if you're a chef, you have to sit. You can manger, you poissonnier, you saucier, you grill man. All the positions you gotta keep an eye. So you have to be multitask. So when all you gotta do is delegate, you have to learn how to delegate. I have to stop myself from trying to do everything myself. So delegate and have a checklist, then you'll be okay.
Yeah, but
But
being a
it's
chef,
one thing
I
you never
think.
lose is your sense of human. You always gotta give. You always have to live. You have to enjoy what you do. If you don't, then what you do it
Not
for?
worth it. Yeah, yeah. So, as a chef, I think you understand world hunger very, very well. And that is why most of your charities are to do with food, helping
Yeah.
people who do not get food. I think that's marvelous. So, bravo, bravo.
Thank you. You have to give to receive.
Yes, yes, indeed. So, do you think restaurants will do even better after things get back to normal because people will prefer to go out rather than cook or do takeout?
Well, right now, everybody's desperate to go out. So we've been busy. And most of the restaurants, it's hard to get a reservation. New York City is becoming normal. Other countries, they still, struggling, but sometimes have become a political issue. So that's the only bad thing. But we have managed to, like so right now, I have a big catering event for somebody called Angie Martinez, and got to do the specials for today. So I'm like saturated. I really squeezed this time for you, But again,
Thank you so much.
yes,
I appreciate
you know,
it.
we have to always be accessible to people,
Right. Yeah.
And right now, New York City, it's going crazy with everybody opening restaurants. So, we just don't forget to always keep our mouth covered and,
Yes.
still not over yet. But
Yeah, no, no.
we're almost there.
So, what do you like to eat and drink every day? What did you
I
eat
like
today?
wine, but I have to stop drinking wine.
What did you eat today?
I say I love wine. Well, a lot of water, but I love wine. Love wine. But at the end of the night, get a glass of wine.
Okay.
And it depends on the time and where I am.
Okay.
So it depends.
So, are you a tea or a coffee person? Or do you drink
Both.
only El Salvadorian coffee?
No, 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 no. I love tea and I love coffee.
Do you have like the Indian tea with milk?
No, but I should try it.
Okay, I'll send it to you how to make it. It's very easy.
Yeah.
You should try making Indian tea. So, what have you eaten the most during the pandemic when you were locked at home?
It was hard because I hate to cook at home.
So you ate everything?
I hate cooking in the house, but we're just cooking whatever was available. Nothing in particular. Sandwiches was
Because I know
tough.
that you don't have any favorite food. You like to try everything.
Yeah, you have to make it short because I got people waiting for me in the kitchen.
Right.
So she would ask me like,
What's your favorite New York food?
hot dogs.
Street food.
Hot dogs. Christ papaya hot dogs.
Right. What's your favorite New York restaurant and takeout?
What's my favorite New York restaurant takeout? I don't really have one in particular. I don't have one in particular.
Okay.
I like pizza, but
okay.
New York pizza.
Are you a morning person or a night person? What do you do the first thing in the morning And the last thing at night?
I wake up late. I'm a night person. First thing I did, now is feed my baby, have a 8-month baby, and go to sleep, thanking God. Okay.
When are you at your happiest?
I'm with my baby.
Okay.
And when I'm having a good meal.
Okay. What can you not resist in life?
A good bottle of wine and be in the ocean.
Okay. What do you love most about New York?
The diversity of cultures and people.
And the last question is, what are the top 5 places to eat and drink in New York City that are your favorite?
Pastis at the Meatpacking District. The Cipriani's in Soho. Fiorelo's in Lincoln Center. And where's the other place I love? My favorite Italian food. Shit, doesn't come out of my. Let me see. La Conda Verde, that is owned by Robert De Niro.
Mm-hmm.
And I love sushi restaurant called Sushi Lounge, but it's in Hoboken, not in New York City. But I love Tao. Tao is pretty cool.
Okay. So your son says you're the best chef and the father in NYC, and he's not jealous when you're spending time with your baby. So that's what he wrote. Thank you, Chef, and thank you so much, Ricardo. Have a wonderful day ahead, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Take care.